Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And welcome to another episode of Board Game Snobs.
Are we live?
I'm Gaby.
Yeah.
That's Jerry.
Thank you. Is this the banter part of the episode?
Yeah, we're bantering.
Oh, okay.
What's the deal with Henry Cavill quitting Superman?
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, you don't care?
No, I don't care.
Really?
No. I like him.
You watched Man of Steel and you liked it?
I did, because Kevin Costner. Because that's all I need in my
He's
life.
dead now.
Kevin Costner.
No, well, not the actor.
Dude, Kevin's not dead.
No.
He's coming back. He's on television.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched the show,
I haven't
though.
watched it either, but I just know he's on television.
He owns a ranch in Montana or something.
Well, that's where he probably does own a ranch in Montana. But that's Kevin Costner for you. He's always got something going on.
Sure does. Sure does.
Well,
So, what have you been up to, Jerry? Hey, I did play, real quick, I played Ticket to Ride New York.
oh, yeah.
And it took me all of 15, 20 minutes, and that's exactly where a Ticket to Ride game should be.
15 minutes?
I was like...
Or in the trash.
Oh, yeah, we're done. That's all right. I mean, it's Ticket to Ride, but it's done in the amount of time it deserves. Ticket to Ride does not need to be an hour-long game of drawing cards, playing track.
I want to play Marklin. I've got that on my list to play next time we go to BGG.
Well, isn't it always out of print or something?
I know it's out there. It's kind of difficult to get sometimes. But I want to play Marklin just so I can have an opinion of
An opinion?
the best of.
Oh, you've got an opinion no matter what.
Well, no. I want an informed opinion.
What do you think your opinion is pre-play?
Pre-play, it's Ticket to Ride. So it means I'm going to put green cards with green cards.
Ticket to Ride with more stuff.
Put it on the states and connect things. Well, it's not going to be the states. It's Marklin. Where's
Yeah.
Marklin at? Germany?
Where
is Marklin?
You're the German expert of the podcast.
Marklin is
You're the one that sprechen the Deutsch or whatever last time.
Hang on.
Marklin's not real. It's just for the game.
No, it's not.
It's just a fantasy ticket to ride land.
Lynn, I can't find it. Where is Marklin?
I'm sure it's in Germany, right?
You don't know this.
Marklin sounds German.
That doesn't mean anything. Anyways, I don't know where it's located.
You don't know how to Google?
My Google keeps bringing up Marklin Kennedy. I think I'm smelling it wrong.
Smelling it wrong?
Get it? I don't know where it's at. Nobody knows, apparently. Nobody knows. It's not anywhere. So.
According to Marklin.com, they have a Class 78 steam tank locomotive. Click here for details.
Don't go to that website. It's clickbait.
Marklin, my world. Marklin Startup. It's like for all those people that love
Trains.
But
Oh.
where it's at, I do not know.
All right. Segue! Are you ready for this? We went to a ride on a train in Mexico.
Where?
Yeah, we did. We played Railways of the World, but we played the Mexico map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Well, I enjoyed it. It wasn't great. Railways of the World. It's this neat little train game that you have these little tiles that you put out and connect to the various areas on the map. And the cities are different colors, and those colors are what kind of cubes they're demanding. If it's a blue city, they want blue cubes, and cubes get put out on the board, and you try to make a link from one area to the next. But what surprised me about it is that it was super hard in terms of the money. Like, Gaby took out scads of loans to build it. What?
Marklin is a toy company.
So it's not a place?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Wikipedia says is a German toy company. The company was founded in 1859 and is based at Göppingen in, I don't know.
I've moved on from this. The listeners don't care.
It is best known for model, railways, and technical toys. So maybe it was like a salute by Alan Moon.
I don't care
and Days
about
of
Alan
Wonder.
Moon.
Maybe they saluted.
I don't care about Days of Wonder.
To Marklin Toy
I don't
Company.
care
like,
about
hey, respect.
Marklin. I don't care about trains.
I had to get off my brain.
Well, it's off your brain now.
It is.
We are talking about Railways of
like
the World.
most everything.
I thought Railways of the World was a little too long for my taste.
Railways of the World was an interesting game for me. It was part of your, we were trying to have a Martin Wallace day.
Which every day is Martin Wallace Day to me.
We made it 2 games in. It started off, I was very enthusiastic. Well, I started off very confused.
As always.
And then I got enthusiastic. I was like, yeah, that's a good game. Oh, your money goes up, and then it starts to go down. Genius. It's tight. All them loans and stuff, stocks, bonds, whatever they're called.
You took out a lot of bonds.
I took out a lot of bonds.
James Bond.
Not necessarily remembering that those count against me.
At the end, yes.
And then the game continued on. About 3/4 of the way through, I was like, yeah, it's okay. Then at the end, I was like, yeah, it would have been better a half an hour ago.
Yeah, it drug on just a little bit, which I think can be fixed. That's easy fix.
What's the
well, you just instead of 8 empty city markers, just put out 7 or 6.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Just cut it down. It just seemed like it's a little too long, but I thought it was actually very interesting because it felt like a gamer's Ticket to Ride. Like, I'm not going to play Ticket to Ride New York. I don't want to play no Ticket to Ride.
Such a snob.
I'd rather play this, I would say.
Oh, somebody wrote in and said, "Where's the class?" We say we're board game snobs. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class. He said, "Where's the class?" I said it's mostly in the drinks we drank.
Delightful burn.
We held our pinky out.
Yeah, we kind of. I think we went all in on the whole. What are we going to be? We're going to be super classy and snobbish, and then quickly that went out the door.
No,
but we're not going to rebrand ourselves.
No,
because we like the name.
That's not the way we do things.
That's the way we do one. A true snob.
If you could rename our podcast, what would you rename it?
It wouldn't be PG.
Hour in the douche.
That's a radio people, aren't they?
Parks and Recreation.
Yes, I forgot about that. That was a funny show. That was a great show. The guy just had that little noise machine, just kept making noises all the time.
Noises. That's basically what we are.
All it is. Yeah.
If I could have the show I really want to be, it would be Hour in the douche. So Board Game Snobs is somewhat of a misnomer.
Yeah,
except that we do like Jerry just said, Ticket to Ride. I mean, it was fun, but we've moved on. We're not about that no more.
Well, it's like the dice tower. There is no dice, and there's no tower.
That's true.
The secret cabal is not secret. Everybody knows about it.
It's public information.
Shut up and sit down. They don't stop talking, and they never sit down.
Exactly.
There is no pink or blue peg. I mean, there's a lot that I don't understand.
It's just a name.
The only one that really describes itself is John, because he does get games.
John gets games. He does. He does. And he does the best reviews. He doesn't really do reviews anymore. Now he just does playthroughs.
Which we do appreciate, John. I like John.
I appreciate John's videos, and I really hate that he doesn't do reviews all that much anymore.
Well, he's trying to move in on
Watch It Played.
Which,
that's where it's at.
That's where it's at, just learning reviews.
Maybe we should do that. We need to go video.
You can't.
Do I have a face for video?
You don't have a face for video. You have a voice for radio. You have a voice for radio. A face for radio, too.
Face for radio.
That's all you got.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So, Railways of the World. I want to play it a couple more times.
Railways of Mexico.
Yeah, we played the Mexico map. We didn't play the world map. I want to play the state
We didn't
map.
make it very far.
No, went south. I like Mexico.
I enjoyed the game, like you said, but then it went on too long. So if we can just, what did they call that? House rule that?
House rule it.
Make it 5 whatevers that we put out.
Empty city markers.
Empty the city markers.
It was better
I think it'd be
Ticket
good.
to Ride.
Oh, good Lord, yes.
Now, a game that also, in my opinion, goes way too long, that has poor components, that is probably the most overdone game.
Terraforming Mars.
Yes.
Yeah, nailed
It's
it.
got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 expansions out currently.
Oh, sure. Why not?
They got the prelude.
Keep tossing more cards.
The sequel.
More cards. What the game needed was more cards.
More cards, exactly. And if you get tired,
not balancing.
If you get tired, just draft those said cards and just turn the game, turn a 3-hour game into a 5-hour game.
Sure, why not?
Oh.
Okay, me and Jerry played Terraforming Mars
Again.
for
the umpteenth time.
And this was a 2-player, so the turns were quick.
Yeah.
Jerry hates the game.
I don't hate it. I like low, and
that's what I was going to say.
but I just don't.
You stole what I was going to say.
Well, I'll take it back.
You stole my story.
I take it back. I think it's a decent game. I just don't think it's balanced at all, and I think it is way overhyped. It's like Go ahead and keep.
I like it solo, simply because there's an air of there's a feeling of satisfaction in that you have to terraform Mars. Although now apparently in this new one of the new expansions, I think you can get to a certain victory point and also win. But I like the fact that you could literally your job was to terraform Mars, and that's the same way with multiplayer too. But whether I really terraform it much doesn't matter. I just need more points than you. And I played my game. Jerry played his game. The only somewhat interaction there might be is in the vying for the different milestones and awards. But usually you take... I guess that could come in to play every now and then.
Okay, let me just put out here on the Board Game Geek list.
Go ahead.
The greatest board games of all time.
Oh my gosh. The Hot 100?
Yeah. The greatest of all time.
Oh.
Terraforming Mars is number 4.
Is that not the same thing as the Hot 100? Not the Hot 100, just the 100 list?
No.
The top 100?
No, the hotness is just the list of everything.
Not the hotness, but the 100.
No, there is no 100. It's the list of the greatest board games. They go from 1 to 15 billion.
The one that Twilight Struggle was like number 1 forever. And then Pandemic Legacy.
No, that's not 100. That goes to thousands. That's ranked by the thousands.
Okay.
So it's not hot infinite Googleplex.
Well, I know, I'm not, but there is a hot list, and then there's like the list that people have voted on, and Pandemic Legacy was number 1
That's this list.
Now it's Gloomhaven's number 1.
The one that you're thinking of.
No, this is is Gloomhaven number 1 right there? Okay, that's the list I'm thinking of. It's number 4 now?
It's not called the Hot 100.
I know that now.
Okay. Terraforming Mars. Come on.
Number 4?
Number 4. It beats out Twilight Struggle, Star Wars Rebellion, Scythe, Gaia, Project Terra Mystica, Great Western 12.
No. Literally, you can go through all of them and I'll say no.
Sure.
Until you get to about maybe 30.
It's better than number 30 is Through the Ages is there again. It's on there twice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
31 is Feast for Odin.
See, I've never played that.
32 is Power Grid. It's no way better than Power Grid.
No, Power Grid I like
I like
more.
Power Grid. Power Grid? I like that Power Grid.
Feast for Odin, we need to play.
What kind of Power Grid you got?
Even though you don't like Uwe.
I don't. I love one of Uwe's game. I just don't like a lot of Uwe's games.
You don't like Tetris.
He's not the Uwe for me. Terraform Mars is way too long. I don't think the expansions help it. I think it is.
A Prelude is supposed to shorten it. But that's not the point. The point is it's boring in a multiplayer to me because I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to get points. And I don't know. It just loses something to me. It's not. It's just me versus myself and trying to get. I don't know.
It's not. It's not.
So, Board Game Snobs, Terraforming Mars.
Tired.
Super overrated.
It's way overrated. I think that.
That's. Lots of people like Terraforming Mars.
It's a sacred cow. It's number 4. We're pissing a lot of people off. We have to cut that.
What? You shouldn't say those bad words.
We shouldn't say those bad words. But we are. People are upset about us. They're upset because...
That's how upset you got just now.
Yeah.
You cursed.
I cursed.
All right. So, Terraforming Mars?
It's tiresome.
Okay. Done. I agree. I only enjoy it solo.
I'm glad that you enjoy it solo. Another game that we played, one that Gaby bought that I didn't really like, that I end up loving, that Gaby does not really... This is probably the simplest... Okay, let me back up. I don't like dice games. Any games that have dice in it, I'm automatically put off because of the randomness. And so I just...
You don't like fun. You established that fact a few episodes ago.
I don't like fun. Nations the Dice game is a game I would not like. Because of the dice, because of the bland colors. The colors are very blab.
Because of the blab.
They look like Argyle. Everywhere it's just brown. It's good. It's
Jerry
like the quickest, funnest little dice game. Super easy to learn. The one thing that's bad about it, there's not a lot of variety. And I'm not sure how.
There's an expansion that's out of print. You can get it for $65.
If somebody wants to send me the expansion
for a few little pieces of cardboard.
That's right. They can do so. But Nations, the dice game, makes me want to play the actual Nations, the board game.
Yeah. That's supposed to be a good one. It's always on lots of people's top whatevers. And
the top 100 hotness.
But it's also kind of expensive, ain't it?
It's like $65.
Ooh.
For a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
And blab art.
Blab art. Don't want no blab art.
I don't like blab art.
Dice Nations.
So
you roll it. Nations, the dice game.
Dice Nations. Another German game. Dice Nations.
You roll dice. Now the dice, you pick out weed, gold.
Weeds and gold, pretty much.
Weed and gold.
Swords.
Some rock.
Swords
and
a
rock. Sword.
And books.
Books.
The books are powerful.
So you can take the grass, you can take the books, you hold that off for a while. And with the gold and the swords, you purchase the What do you call those things on
Oh,
the board?
all right, look, the wild turkey's got you. Let me take over. Let me take over. Let me take over.
I'm just not good with words.
Okay, it reminds me of Roll for the Galaxy.
You remind me.
No. We've already settled that lawsuit. We're not starting another one. It reminds me of Roll for the Galaxy, where you have all these dice.
I heard that.
You roll dice, and then you take these specific...
From you just now.
You take these specific dice, and you use them to activate things.
Yes.
That's all this is that the cards out here cost X amount of money. So you roll the dice, you might have 2 or 3 money on the dice. You use those dice to buy that card. Or you use the books on the dice to go up the knowledge track. Or you use the swords to fulfill the requirement for the military. It's just a neat little game of rolling dice at random and then using what you have. But of course you can negate the randomness by getting re-rolls and turning in 2 dice to turn them into 1 resource. It's just light and fun. It's light and fun. I want to play it. Like it is on my.
And you don't enjoy fun.
I don't enjoy fun.
But you avoid Dice Nations.
I love it. It's Blab Dice Nations.
Blab the Dice Nations game.
I love it.
We've renamed it.
Yes, Dice Nations. All the dice when you roll them, they're 9s.
So.
Did you get that? Because dice are generally 1 through 6.
Oh, Markland.
Yeah, Markland.
On our Martin Wallace day.
This
another game.
Downhill fast.
Another game that you tried to get me to play.
Mythotopia. You just started crying. You started saying you're not going to play it.
It made me angry. Like it just made me angry.
Hear that, Martin Wallace?
Something about it just
Well,
would not click. Don't. Something about it would not click in my brain. Don't.
I'm remaining silent.
And I just like sometimes I can be obstinate.
I'm gonna breathe heavily into the mic. I'm breathe heavily into the mic.
Don't breathe heavily into the mic. I'm gonna have to edit all your heavy breaths out. Stop. Breathe away. Point the mic at a 45-degree angle. That's
Go
where
on.
it's supposed to be.
Go on. Tell us about it, Gaby.
So on our Martin Wallace day,
Tell us about your
which
obstinates.
included brass,
Railways
of the World,
Railways,
Mythotopia,
which we didn't even get to play
and
because you threw a hissy fit.
No, I did not like it.
You threw a hissy fit
I kind of did.
and refused to play
I can
it.
be kind of bratty sometimes.
Yes, you can.
But you also can make me very angry.
I can make anybody.
There's very
angry.
few people that can make me angry. Jerry's one of them.
Who's the other? Enrique. I'll never forget the first time I seen Gaby mad. We were playing Mombasa, and Gaby was trying to teach us this. Who makes Mombasa?
You're not supposed to do this.
Mombasa. Who's the designer? Like Pfister.
Pfister, Alexander Pfister.
Mombasa's a great game, but it's complicated. It takes a little bit to teach, and for some reason, Gaby just was having a lot of trouble teaching it. And we were just ragging on him, and I stopped. I know how far to push people.
Oh, do you?
I pushed.
You
pushed-
wouldn't shut up.
I pushed Gaby to the limit, and Enrique picked
You
up.
pushed me to the line. Enrique pushed me over.
The next thing I know, Gaby's red-faced and yelling at Enrique. Enrique went home and cried.
I curse very rarely, but when I do,
Sucked. It didn't help that as soon as you sucked the air out of the room, I just went on. It's like, we should play something else. Let's play some stockpile.
Sorry, I have my limits, like most people.
I don't. I take it to the limit, but I have no limits.
Take it to the limit.
I have ordered
Oh yeah.
the following games.
Oh yeah.
Cryptid by OG.
Well.
It's not the type of game I like.
What is it?
It's like a hidden
Movement.
or hidden deduction type of game.
Seduction, maybe.
Hidden seduction. That's
Seduction.
a hidden seduction game.
That's how I operated before I got married. Like nobody knew.
Like nobody knew that they liked you.
I just stared at him from across the room.
That's called stalking. There's a game Martin Wallace is listening to, writing this down. Stalking, the hidden seduction game. That will work well in this climate.
I'm sure.
But anyways, no, Cryptid looks really good. I'm interested in playing it. I've got Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar.
That one threw me for a loop when you said you
All
bought
right.
that. I was like, what?
This is why
Where
I
did this
got
come
it.
from?
This is why I got it. You ready?
This is what I got.
My man, Jamie Stagmeyer,
My man.
he was listing his favorite games, and Tzolk'in was on there. And he described it as being like a very innovative worker placement.
Okay.
I don't like the gears. I played one gear game at BGG,
Gears of War.
that Noria game
Oh.
by Stronghold.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
No. Run far, far
I remember
away.
you talking about that.
Far away. So, but I bought Tzolk'in because it's a classic. And I just thought, well, I'll give it a shot.
When you say classic, like how old is it?
Yeah, I think it's, hang on. I don't know. It's not,
in board gaming years, classics don't take very much.
No, not at all. Because the way that
it came out all the way back in 2007.
It's like, yeah, I think you're right. It is 2012.
What? It's a classic.
It's a classic because it's 2012. It's 6 years old and people are still bragging about
Ticket
it.
to Ride was 2005?
Somewhere around there.
Catan's probably like the oldest one I know of. It was like
94.
90s.
Cosmic Encounter was 76. They
Yeah,
just
that's
released its
right.
42 anniversary.
That is a classic, yeah.
So Tzolk'in, that's my other game. The other game I got is Welcome 2. Which
I'm interested in.
You keep bragging about the roll and write game.
No,
Or it's not a roll and write.
I listened to your people. Shut up and sit down, and they're like, "It's one of the greatest rolling rides of all time."
I don't like shut up and sit
And
down.
they're like, literally, the next episode, they're like, "You know what we said about Welcome to? Never mind that. It's Railroad Inc. or whatever."
Well, I don't really trust
The
shut up and
new
sit down
rolling
because they like a lot of party games. They don't really fit our taste. But we don't have any rolling.
I
rides.
like fun though. I like party
I don't
games.
like fun, so I want to see if Welcome 2 will be any good. And then I got the side expansion
Yes.
that I'm going to make you play.
We have yet to play a legacy/campaign game that we like and have finished
Jamie, don't let
and
us
have
down.
played to fruition.
Don't let us down, Jamie. Don't let us down.
Charterstone. We played one game, which we knew was going to be very blasé.
It was blah.
And you just shut down. And now, like, I want to go back and play it because I've got
Well,
it.
play it by yourself.
I don't know how. I don't know where it picks up.
Just pick up with Enrique. Get Enrique or somebody. Can't you get John?
I mean, I thought about doing it solo,
just solo it.
but I
would
don't know
rather
how.
watch Paul
That's
Blart,
part of
the mall cop than play.
It's false. Really?
Yeah,
Really?
that's how bad I dislike.
What about
Charleston.
Grown Ups?
Never watched it. Adam Sandler used to be the man. He's not no more.
Happy Gilmore was his heyday.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 Adam Sandler movies.
Okay.
Go.
Happy Gilmore.
Is that 5? Or are you starting at number 1?
I'm just throwing out 5. I'm not going to rank them.
Okay, I will rearrange them for you.
Okay, Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
And then you got
Waterboy.
Waterboy.
You gotta have Waterboy.
The only film I ever saw in the theater with my father. Waterboy.
Really?
He demanded to go see it after his psych evaluation. Took him to see Waterboy. He loved it.
Some cool water.
Waterboy. What was the other one? Big Daddy was decent. It wasn't great.
Man, that was like towards his waning years. for
Yeah,
me.
that was like his last one that was going downhill. Why am I blanking on this?
Billy Madison?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What?
I liked it, Billy Madison. It was all right.
Okay,
what's
Mr. Deeds?
Oh, no, by then he'd gone downhill. Because he did Mr. Deeds, and then he did the other one that was stupid, Little Nicky.
Oh,
That
that's
was
atrocious.
horrible.
Happy Gilmore's my number 1.
Happy Gilmore's great. He gets beat up by Price is Right guy.
Price is wrong. Hold on while I look up Adam
What
Sandler
were we
movies.
talking about? Why did we get off on
No,
this?
this is what we do.
Well, no, I don't want to talk about Adam
This is
Sandler.
what we no, bro. We're going to,
I'm going on vacation here soon.
and I'm going to miss you very much. Oh wow, he's made some terrible movies.
Made that Pac-Man show.
Just go with it
No.
with Brooklyn Decker.
No.
Remember her? She was like a model, a supermodel for a hot second. Click. Oh, 50 First Dates.
Loved
That's
it.
my number 1.
I love 51st
That's
Dates.
my number 1.
That's up. Yeah.
Because the soundtrack on that is amazing.
And plus, it was a cute movie because she kept forgetting
It
everything.
was good.
That's good.
So, 50 First Dates, then Happy Gilmore, then Billy Madison, then Waterboy, Wedding Singer.
Oh,
He's got some good stuff.
Wedding Singer was good.
And then it kind of goes downhill.
And it
from
went
there.
downhill. But you know what? It doesn't matter because Adam Sandler gave us.
I did like Anger Management too with Jack Nicholson.
That wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad.
Okay.
Oh
Don't mess with the Zohan.
no, never heard it.
It was like ridiculously.
This
stupid.
is a board game podcast.
Jack and Jill.
No, this is a board
That was
game
terrible.
podcast. Let's talk about
Grown Ups
something
1 and 2.
board game related. This is not board game
Okay, so
related.
50 First Dates, number 1.
Nobody cares.
Oh, they care.
They don't care.
We had 2 people email us about our reference the other day that you actually like was so obscure. Oh Brother, We're Out There was a hit. A big hit. The Coen brothers directed it. They are Academy Award-winning directors. People are going to understand that.
So... Just didn't think it would fit our audience. Didn't think our people listened, but now I know.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
There you go.
There you go.
Frankie, Northern Frankie. A game will be headed your way.
You're going to what?
Due to Jerry. Jerry's going to send you a free game.
Yeah, I'm going to send you, what crummy game do we have that you don't like? Ticket to Ride New York. How about that? Or,
no, I kind of like that one.
We'll send him
I need to send him something I don't like.
Yeah, send him something junk. How about Steam Park?
Steam Park will be headed your way.
Good job, Frankie.
Jerry, you're going to pay... Jerry. Now, Frankie was our first one to email us.
Yes.
There was another person, I think his name was Eric.
Too bad, Eric.
But Frankie was first.
Frankie was first.
Frankie the first.
Frankie the first.
You know what I noticed about you? You repeat me.
I do?
You do.
That's because I complete you. When you let the ice melt, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay. So, moving on.
Moving on.
Something else we played that... Oh, Martin Wallace Day. That's right. London, 2nd edition.
All right, we've talked about London.
And we played it with the correct rules this time.
Yes. I played London. I taught London wrong. I missed a very important rule that when it's your turn, you can play as many cards as you want, not just one at a time, which makes a big difference and shortens the game. I like London a lot. I don't think it's top 10 material for me, but it is a very thanky card game in terms of what it is. You get a hand of cards. You have to discard a card that matches.
Let's talk about our game.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let me describe what the game is first. You have a hand of cards.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to go do some other stuff.
Hey, well, here. Give me a refill.
Let me give you some water.
No. Give me a refill. So in London, by Martin Wallace, by Osprey Games, you have a handful of cards, and they're different colors. They're like blue and red and brown, whatever. And when it's your turn, you discard the appropriate color card and place place down a card that's of the same matching color. So if you discard a red, you play a red. You discard a blue, play a blue. And you're basically building these buildings out in your tableau in front of you. The idea being that at some point in time, you're going to run your city, because that's what those cards represent. And those cards give you money, but also and victory points. But more importantly, they give you poverty. And poverty is counted up by how many cards you have down in front of you, plus the cards you have in your hand, which is what makes this game so very interesting. You want to get as many cards out of your hand and into your tableau and be able to control your poverty. Because at the end of the game, this catch-up mechanic that it has is the person with the least amount of poverty, they don't score their poverty. That's taken away. For instance, I had 15 poverty, so I was the least. So everybody at the table loses 15 poverty, and then they add up their excess poverty over 15. And that takes away bukus of victory points. Well, Gaby, for some reason, decided to completely ignore poverty and just went deep and lapped the board in victory points midway through the game. And then once we actually sat down at the end to count up the poverty and subtract victory points.
This may have been the second time I've gotten angry at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You questioned my ethics.
You
questioned my ethics.
It shocked me that you had that many victory points so quickly in the game, and you're not very good at games. There, I said it.
How dare you?
There's not many games that you're good at.
How dare you?
But it is. It's true. There's some games that you're decent at, but there's only a handful of games that you're really on spot with. And I would not have thought a Martin Wallace game about cards would be.
Well, I may have said something to the effect of, "Jerry's just upset because I'm whooping his donkey."
Yes, and it comes to find out at the end you were the donkey.
I was the donkey.
So. That ketchup mechanic got you at the very last.
Oh, poverty.
Poverty. You were so poor. You had so many poor people in your city. They all migrated to your city.
Well, they should have worked harder.
Yeah.
Get yourself a job.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you said take cards out of your hand and then you tableau, it made me think of that song. Get out of my hand.
No.
And into my tableau.
No, that's not a song.
No, it's
Look,
not a
we're
song.
not a cover band. We can't just start singing stuff.
Okay.
And that's the one thing that y'all don't know. For you go off on your diatribe about how you lost London and how I'm a superior player to you.
No.
I just want to bring out.
That's not going to be the diatribe I go off on.
Gaby's singing
When
ability.
I say Ira and the douche, guess who the douche is?
Gaby likes to sing. Gaby's the only person I know that has a big speaker in his home that sits and does karaoke.
I'm a DJ. What you talking about?
You're not really a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
But you have a mixer and you play music does not necessarily make you a DJ. You can have a scalpel.
Hey.
Doesn't make you a surgeon. But Gaby likes to sing. That's unfortunately why we
I
keep
do love
breaking
to sing.
copyright laws, because Gaby just likes to bust out and sing half the time.
Sorry.
Go on with what you're talking about.
I played London with you, and despite my feelings on the game, I said, well, I'll play it with John. John came.
John, man. John is super smart.
Me and John were neck and neck.
Anybody who's got two first names. Super smart.
And our score was about half of the game that me and you were playing.
So nice they named him twice.
Like, after I learned my lesson with poverty, I was being super cautious. But still, yet it came back and got me.
Yeah.
He still beat me. But this is my thing with London. It's a good card game, but it's just about as dry as you can
It
get.
is super dry.
And I
Beautiful
don't really
art.
care for it.
Absolutely beautiful art. Beautiful box.
I like the thinkiness that you had to put into it. Like, okay, you can do this, but it's going to cost you poverty, and it's going to come back and get you.
It's
and then you
hard.
got these points. You got to have this tableau going. You got to run your engine. And
Get
then
your
that
motor
engine.
running.
Oh. And then after you run your city, then you lose. Generally, you lose all those cards.
Right.
I really don't like it that much.
I think it's
I could go without playing it again.
very smart. And I think anybody interested in it has to realize that it is very much a Martin Wallace game. It is all about managing money and poverty and managing things. It's all about managing your tableau and managing your hand, and you just manage everything, and it just blows your mind of how deep it is. It's very complex in terms of what you're having to take care of. Not so much complex in the rules. Watch It Play does a great playthrough. If you will pay attention to it, unlike myself, you'll learn to play it right, and that's where I would suggest if you want to see a playthrough of it. Anyways, London. I like it. It's not something that I will bust out with just everybody, though.
So if you were to choose your top Martin Wallace game, what would it be?
Right now,
Okay, what have you played?
spoiler.
Well, go ahead.
I'm not doing it.
You're not going to do it?
No, because at the end of the year, we're going to do a top 10 game, and I don't want you to think...
Well, I didn't say your top 10. I said your favorite Martin Wallace.
Tight-lipped. I'm not going to have a Steve Harvey moment where I declare one thing great, and then a few months later be like, oh, no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Steve Harvey?
Now, you talk about my Oh Brother, Where Art Thou being obscure.
I'm sure everybody
I don't know
remembers
what you're talking about, Steve Harvey.
when he did the Miss America pageant, and he announced the wrong winner.
Oh,
Yeah. Faux pas.
well.
Faux Paul.
Oh, callback.
Callback. I miss Paul. I wish you'd got to meet Paul.
Well, I wasn't there.
You weren't there, but
We're going to be at the next BGG Spring.
2019 BGG Spring.
If the world is still existing by
It
then.
may not be around,
It may not be.
but if it is, we'll be there.
We'll be there. In
Gaby-
the ashes of the...
From the ashes of the civilization, we will rise.
we'll bring our games.
And Gaby will be the guy, the bald guy wearing the bright red Flash T-shirt, like he's some.
But you know
member
what?
of
That
the,
doesn't really distinguish me, particularly in a group of people as ourselves, unfortunately.
Yes. Please look.
The fat bald guy in the comic book T-shirt doesn't really differentiate me.
And the socially awkward guy that's dressed like he's 56 years old. That guy. They look for him. My khakis are in style. I don't care what people say.
Well, you wear them for your work. That's understandable.
Khakis.
But you also wear them not for work.
All
That's
the
what
time.
concerns me.
I like the brown.
Do you don't ever wear denim?
I have one pair of jeans. I bust them out every fall for family pictures. My white T-shirt and my blue jeans. That's it.
It'd be like, Michael Scott when he puts his jeans on.
Jumping around, sitting up on tables and desks,
Posing awkwardly.
posing all awkwardly. These disturbingly tight jeans. Yeah, I don't wear
Wrangler
jeans.
butts drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, just dancing around. Yeah, that's all. I don't wear jeans.
What are they? Are
I don't
they
know.
Levi's, Wrangler? You don't
I
even
don't
know.
know. They're one pair. They fit me. I wear them one time.
You literally have one pair of jeans.
I have one pair of jeans. My wife makes me wear them when we take family photos, and I never wear them
What
again.
about yard work? What are you wearing for yard
I
work?
got my work khakis. I've got old dress khakis that are work khakis.
You're one of those guys that you open up his closet and it's all the same clothes.
Yes. You have seen my wardrobe. I have brown, khaki brown, light brown, dark brown.
And you know, with your complexion, you really should wear different colors.
Well, I'm been getting
because you are a white.
I've had to be taking a lot of vitamin D here lately. I just came from my doctor Tuesday, and he said take vitamin D because you're not getting enough sunlight. So that's a warning for all you board gamers out there. Take vitamin D. I'm not a doctor, but take vitamin D because you don't get enough sunlight because you're sitting in playing.
Or don't take vitamin D. How about go out into the sun?
That cancer.
Just do something.
It's cancer out there.
It's going to kill you.
It's going to kill you.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh,
Man,
wow.
that's rough.
Hey-oh.
Oh, man. So,
You're not supposed to drink it in such mass quantity.
I'm
Put
Jerry.
the funnel down.
Oh, man.
I'm
Buy
Gaby.
the cheapest. I'm Jerry.
Whatever. That's not that cheap.
Oh, turkey, man.
We'll see you later.
Gobble, gobble.